PGR here at KWS Parkin, but it wasn't actually added to the RL last November. This was off the place slightly for yield, but when you look at this variety in context, you'll see actually it does have a wealth of benefits that we think are really useful on farm. The first thing to consider is the fact that actually when you look at it in its true drilling slot, ideally before the 25th of September, this variety can deliver a really high yield out there and comparable with some of the big barn fillers that we've got on the market today. So drilled in the right slot, it will certainly perform for you. It is a variety that is shorter and stiffer than any variety currently on the RL, and that can offer real benefits both in terms of potential savings for PGR applications, but also in terms of speed of combining. The second thing that's really useful about this variety is that it's actually exceptionally early to harvest. It gets a -1 score in comparison to Skyfall, and that can offer some real benefits in terms of scheduling at a busy harvest time on farm. So they're the headline figures about KWS Parkin. Perhaps Johnny can tell us what this means in reality.
Well, I'm actually quite excited about Parkin because I think it offers a lot that growers are wanting, even though it hasn't got on the recommended list. If you think about its two parents, Costello was a lovely safe package, didn't quite have the yield potential, but obviously this rectifies that. And Reflection, bar the yellow rust issues, was a fantastic short, stiff, early and very high yielding. And in Parkin, I think we've got a perfect marriage between the two varieties. You can see here next to Grafton that we've got comparable earliness. The ears are starting to come out on both varieties. And as Kirsty said, when you've got a yield level that's up there with Graham and Kerrins at 102, for this maturity class, that's really quite exceptional. Stem stiffness, as Kirsty said, is another thing. I mean, we can talk about speed of harvesting, and particularly when you marry that with the early maturity, you're looking at very fast combining in July. Before, we've had super stiff varieties like Grafton, but the yield level hasn't quite been up there. But then Parkin now rectifies that. Obviously height is one of the key things in blackgrass competition. Grafton used to be very flat and very slow to move, and it wasn't very competitive. Parkin is very much like most of the other wheats out there in terms of being quite vigorous in its growth habit. So we do not see this being an uncompetitive variety when it comes to blackgrass.